This week on Machinery Pete TV, we wrap up our look at the Tell City online auction with the twin turbo power of a 1984 Allis Chalmers 4W305. It's not a race car, but it proudly carries the Lamborghini name. And Pete shares some examples of today's hot older combine market.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneer is a big iron company. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. No other cornhead works like a Drago or pays you back like one. Visit your Drago dealer and see for yourself. Protect Systems, it's what professionals choose to clean, polish, and protect their equipment. Protect Systems products are easy to use and provide consistent professional results every time. Big Iron Auctions and the Share Your Legacy program, promoting the future of agriculture with amazing legacy stories from across America. Well, folks, I got to tell you, I feel more like a dinosaur every day. Yes, the hair is getting gray, but I tell you, I graduated high school in 1984, Benson High School, Benson, Minnesota, and it makes me smile when we're out at an auction and we see an 84 model. Now today, we're in Tell City, Indiana, and this vintage 84 Allis 4W305 is up for sale by our friends at BigIron.com, online auction for Merle Schwartz. And I tell you, the mid-'80s was a tough time for agriculture, but these mid-'80s vintage four-wheel drives have really got hot. Now stick around. It's time for Share Your Legacy, brought to you by Big Iron Auctions.
This week we travel to the Texas Panhandle and to the town of Sunray, where the Cartwright family has proudly been farming and ranching for over 100 years.
My granddad came here, bought his first land in 1919, and started farming then. His wife, my grandmother, they had land in this area as well.
Well, my dad and one of his brothers bought this land in October of 1919, and my dad built the house I live in.
So this is a pretty special house to you. Tell me about this house.
Well, my folks started building this house in 1929 and moved in January 1931, and I was born July the 2nd, 1931. So I sleep in the bedroom I was born in.
Oh, wow. So can we take a look inside?
Oh, yes.
All right, let's go. So this is it?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I was born not in that bed, but in this bedroom.
Wow, a lot of history here then.
Yeah.
And who's this beautiful woman on the wall?
That's my wife.
Wow, she was beautiful.
Yeah, she was. And she was just as good as she was good looking.
Very good.
Awesome. I was pretty lucky to get such a wonderful lady.
If you've been in agriculture long enough, you've gone through a tough time. And man, knowing what the generations before you endured to make it work, that's legacy to me.
It makes you think 100 years is a long time to be involved in agriculture, your land, and really made me think about time and what time means. It's important that we keep these small rural communities going, to me.
Why?
Because that's the backbone of America.
For over 40 years, Big Iron has been America's trusted name in auctions. From farm equipment to real estate, to livestock and classic cars, we offer full service support to all of our sellers. In 2022, Big Iron acquired Sullivan Auctioneers in an effort to elevate the level of service provided to our customers. Both companies sharing similar small town origins, our stories begin the same. Combined, our over 80 years of experience has established best practices to better serve our customers in the online auction space. With our large online selection of equipment, engaged bidder base, and full service approach, we take pride in consistently exceeding our customers' expectations. Big Iron Auctions and Sullivan Auctioneers. Truly, we are better together.
I'm here with John Witter. You have quite a new solution that is going to have a lot of interest, I think, from the farm side and the dealer side.
The system allows us to restore paint back to or better than factory new condition, and most importantly, we can seal and protect that paint so that we do not have to polish it again. The product bonds to the paint and just wipes off with a beautiful finish and shine.
The difference in that's amazing.
It's pretty easy to see which side you'd like, right?
Yeah.
Today, when you're looking for a way to harvest more corn, you can count on Drago to get the job done. With self-adjusting deck plates, more aggressive gathering chains, and longer knife rollers for less ear bounce, Drago corn heads make every hybrid yield better. You'll like their durability too. No other corn head works like a Drago, or pays you back like one. Visit your Drago dealer and see how you can justify owning a Drago on ROI alone.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-904-4750. That's 1-800-904-4750 or visit lizardflare.com now.
Hey folks, we got a very unique draper head we need to talk about here, and I'm here with Connor Brooksberry, District Manager for Big Iron on this sale. And Connor, this draper head, it's a 2017 model 9255.
Yep.
Interesting story on it.
It
Can
is.
you fill us in?
Well, actually, believe it or not, he had a head and he actually wrecked it. And the story I've been told was he bought this head shortly before he passed. The story is it's never seen a field.
Never been to the field.
I mean, you can
Wow.
look at it, you can kind of see some things on it that kind of show that.
Yeah.
But we can't guarantee it, but we can
Right.
we can definitely see some signs on it that show that.
Right. And what pops to you as you walk around this thing and look at it?
Well, I mean, one thing is you can see on the rock guards where your knife would be sliding, the paint's not wore.
Wow.
The bushings on the reel, I mean, it doesn't look like they've really ever been moved.
Right.
And there's a lot of signs on it that suggest that. There's some chalk on the skid plates that have never been
It's
wore.
interesting, isn't it? Now you have an auctioneer background.
Yep.
Connor, you run across items like this, in this case 5 years old, never been to the field, and people say, oh, that can't be.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of situations, I mean, people
There is.
get sick and different things, and
Exactly.
it happens more often than you think, doesn't it?
Yep, it sure does. And that's part of it.
Right.
It's great when you can find a piece like that.
And an opportunity now, given how problematic it is to even find new equipment, let alone the cost increases you've been getting. So here you've got a 5-year-old draper that's literally like new. So just curious, Connor, have you been getting much, since the listing went up not too long ago, have you been getting inquiries on this thing, questions?
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been so many phone calls about it yet. A lot of that usually comes in the last 6 days, 5 to 6 days. But the watchers list on it is what we really look at, and there's
the
a lot of
watchers
watchers on
list.
it. Yes, there's a lot of watchers on it that they've clicked on it and put on their list.
All right, folks, let's move on to the combine on this auction. A 2010 Gleaner A76, 1,544 engine hours, just over 1,000 SEP hours. Now, Connor, boy, kind of right in the sweet spot here for the used combine market. Pre-def,
Yes.
lower hours.
Yep.
I'm sure you guys, Big Iron, you've seen the demand in this segment too, haven't you?
Yes. I mean, it's, you know, the def being pre-def, I mean, that's really a good selling point on these machines. I mean, people just, you know, it's kind of became an extra headache, I guess you could say. And, you know, with this one being pre-def and low hours, I mean, it's, you know, it's hard telling what this thing could do.
Isn't it funny, the pre-def, what we're seeing with the tractors and combines, it sort of mirrors what happened with the semis back years ago. It took a little while, but then the demand part, and obviously the commodity markets have been strong, but boy, we've seen some just super high pricing on like these 08s, 9s, 10s like this, and kind of whatever color. You guys been seeing the same, Connor?
Yes, I mean, for sure, definitely.
Now, an interesting little factoid I could drop on you here, Connor. Actually, next year, 2023, will be 100 years of Gleaner combines.
Really?
Go back to the Baldwins of 1923. So have you had much experience over the years selling Gleaner combines or feedback from farmers?
I have not. I know, you know, other district managers have. I know we sold one back in June of 18.
Yeah.
And it was actually the same model as this one.
That was actually the highest A76 I've ever seen sold.
Really?
It was $87,000. You're right, it was 4 years ago. It was June 27th, 2018. It was 1 year older, an 09 model, about the same engine hours, 1,500, but 87K. So again, you just don't see a combine like this come along that often. This is going to make someone a nice machine, isn't
Yes, it will, for sure.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale. Best way I've seen to fix faded paint? Dakota Shine. Made in South Dakota by Dakota Ag Innovations, a company with a 20-year history of working with top construction equipment manufacturers, now offering Dakota Shine to the farm community to help you keep your equipment looking like new and retain more value when it comes time to sell or trade. Key active ingredient from corn soy derivatives. Order online at dakotashine.com or visit your regional farm stores to pick up your Dakota Shine today.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-3960. That's 1-800-263-3960 or go to VacuTrim.com.
Hi, I'm Bob Euchre. I was 5 years old when Lou Gehrig gave his famous Luckiest Man speech. Lou retired from baseball that day because of the devastating disease known as ALS. Back then, I never imagined I would one day grow up to be a Major League Baseball player or spend my life in baseball. And I certainly didn't imagine that ALS would take my daughter Leanne's life and another close friend. ALS robs a person of their ability to walk, talk, eat, and breathe. It's been 8 decades since Lou's speech, and we still don't have a cure. But we are making progress turning ALS from a fatal disease into a livable one, and we need your help to finally strike out ALS. Please join us in the fight by visiting ALS.org. Thank you.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not one, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-317-7966. Again, that's 800-317-7966.
What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Pete's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machinerypete.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data. Well, folks, I've got him right here. Dan Sullivan with Sullivan Auctioneers. Dan, we have to talk about the, let's talk used tractor market. I mean, it's just been unbelievable. Frankly, doing what I do, it's hard to keep up with all these record prices coming in. You guys have been pinging them in right and left, all over the country. What's it been like from your guys' vantage point here as 2022 has played out?
You get done with a sale, it used to kind of maybe a few months ago or a year ago surprise you. Now, it's kind of like maybe my nephew Luke or Matt or one of them said the other day, somebody was asking what something's going to bring, and he said, I don't know. You know, the sky's kind of the limit. And I think it's availability. There's a lot of people that are, you know, you look at some of these tractors that are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and these records are bringing, there's people that say, I just need a tractor. I have a new tractor that's 2, 3, or 4 years old, and it might just lay down and quit running. They want something they go hook onto and go out to the field and use. So there's some large farmers buying some older tractors.
Yeah, it's curious. I've never before written about farmers buying good used equipment as a hedge, but it feels like that a little bit here since last November. What are farmers telling you?
They're all like, you know, I feel the farmers are really solid, so much different than the 80s. They're not leveraged or mortgaged like they were. They have money. And a farmer, my dad always said, you can't blame a farmer on a bad economy. You know, if they have money, they're going to spend it. And they're kind of, they're used to it. They know that that's what it costs. You know, you look at these grain trailers. You know, we were selling hopper bottom grain trailers, you know, not that long ago, 27, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32. And you know, now they're bringing, you know, upwards of 50, and we've sold a few for over 50,000. So I think we're kind of in an area where they're kind of used to these figures, and if you're gonna participate and buy something, you're gonna have to kind of give the price, Greg.
Right. Hey, welcome back to Tractor Tales, folks. This week we're gonna share the story of a Lamborghini, and I ain't talking a sports car.
A 1973 Lamborghini 804 DT. The DT signifies that it's an all-wheel drive. I found it on a website called Bring a Trailer, and this tractor was located in Fresno, California. Well, actually, I bought this tractor sight unseen, and since it's 1,000 miles away, I had it shipped, which was much more. That would have been a 2,000-mile round trip with the trailer, so it was much cheaper to have it shipped. It was brought up on a lowboy. It was actually not in bad shape. It had less than 1,000 hours, so cosmetically, mostly was the thing I had to do for restoration, but mechanically it was basically perfect with very few minor imperfections. I had to put all new rubber on the tractor. Instead of painting this tractor, I had all the sheet metal and the wheels powder coated. Local powder coater was able to match the color, so I opted for that, which is a much more durable. Even though the tractor doesn't sit outside, it's a better finish. Obviously, all the fluids had to be changed out. The injectors were a little grufty, so I had to clean those. But it is a very good running tractor, 90 horsepower, air-cooled. The way it drove, the way it felt, the stance, and its uniqueness. Because here in North America, there might be at the most maybe 250 of these Lamborghini tractors. There's some real old ones from the 60s, and those have all been imported either from Italy, Europe, or I know there are a couple from England that came over. Even if I'm around a car show with Lamborghini cars, this seems to get more attention. In fact, there was an event here at Carnation Farms, which is an old established farm here. They had a Lamborghini car event, and they asked me to bring this tractor. So I was featured with 4 Lamborghini cars.
Today, when you're looking for a way to harvest more corn, you can count on Drago to get the job done. With self-adjusting deck plates, more aggressive gathering chains, and longer knife rollers for less ear bounce, Drago corn heads make every hybrid yield better. You'll like their durability too. No other corn head works like a Drago, or pays you back like one. Visit your Drago dealer and see how you can justify owning a Drago on ROI alone.
In America, millions of people, including children, are facing hunger. I only have $10 in my checking account, but it will be okay. I at least have food because of this pantry. Donna from Washington. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Donna. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives, coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on Earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. Order right now to get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. We'll even ship them to you free. Get your own NutriBlade knives, the last knives you'll ever buy.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Asbestos manufacturers sold deadly asbestos materials to thousands of companies, putting workers at risk. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be entitled to a portion of these funds and receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or ever going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 800-281-7095. That's 800-281-7095. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Got equipment to sell privately but tired of scams and hassles? Visit MachineryPete.com and click Sell Mine. MachineryPete.com, the simple and secure way to buy and sell equipment online.
All right, folks, our feature item on the show. This is why you stuck around. These vintage four-wheel drives have been going crazy lately, and we've got an 84 model 4W305 here. Connor, you don't run across these every day, do you?
You don't, and these 4W305s, I mean, for whatever reason, they've really been, they're a pretty popular tractor.
Very popular.
They are. I mean, there may not be as many of them, but they're a very sought-off tractor. This one's got the 3-point. It's got 1,000 PTO.
Wow.
Be a
That's
great grain cart tractor.
Yeah. First question I get asked on when we show a tractor like this coming up for sale is a bareback. So yeah, you've got, and I think hours on this thing, it's showing just over 6,700.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I think now, Connor, the highest I've ever seen on a 4W305, and I haven't seen a ton of them, but actually on New Year's Eve of 2021, well-known guys, Swenson and Sons out in Minot, North Dakota, they had an online auction. I think it was an 85 model, 4,800, 4,900 hours, brought 72.2. And before that, there was a famous auction in 2014 in Ontario. We actually saw one go for 71,000. That was before the market took off. But people have money now. Hard to find these vintage four-wheel drives. Yes. Pretty unique buying opportunity here.
It is. Yes, it is. And like you said, you don't come across these every day.
And I know, Connor, you posted, I think it was maybe on Facebook a little while ago, a little video. You climbed up over on the grain bin over there and had a shot. And when I saw that, you put one of these 4W305s in that shot, a good aerial.
Yeah.
I bet you got quite a bit of reaction to that.
I did. I think we had, I believe that picture had 40,000 views on that.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was 40,000 views, and it was like 200 or 300 shares. I mean, it was. Yeah. It really got around.
This is really going to be interesting to see how high this goes. And what is it like the morning of, as the auction closes, on your end from the Big Iron side, watching that's got to be pretty exciting.
It's definitely an adrenaline rush a little
bit. Or is it nerve-wracking?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You start making some phone calls, and we start doing our ringman calls, and I mean, it's interesting just to see that price, come in the morning of, and then when you can tell when you start making calls, it rises.
And you mentioned ringman. I know Big Iron, you guys, you don't boast about it, but you would have a very advanced program of your army of yellow shirt machinery people calling out the day before in the morning of the sale.
Yes.
Just to prospective bidders to kind of, you know,
Yeah,
just
and-
like you would at a ringman at a
Yeah,
sale.
exactly, and give them a little bit of a reminder, you know, because there's a lot of people that, you know, this time of year maybe not so much, but they may be in the tractor planting, and you know they may be bidding on this 4W305.
Connor, when you call them about this 4W305, I think they're going to take your call and they're going to listen.
I do too. I mean, it's, you know, any of these four-wheel drive tractors. I mean, you know, you just don't see a collection like this of four-wheel drive tractors anymore.
Well, folks, I'm seeing the same trend with good condition used combines with a little bit of age on them that I'm seeing on the tractor side. Values are just skyrocketing. Now, let's start with the example of this 2012 Case H 7230 combine. This sold on a farm auction August 31st in Mason City, Iowa by our friends at the Steffes Group. Again, it was a 12 model, had 2,600 engine hours on it, went for $97,500. Now that is the highest auction price ever on a 7230 combine with over 2,500 plus engine hours. And you can see for yourself, folks. Just go to our website, machinerypete.com. All the auction prices are free to view. You can use these filters. And I tell you, it gets really interesting because the 5 highest auction prices ever on 7230 combines with over 2,500 engine hours, all from the past year. And in fact, 3 of the 4 highest the last 10 days of August of 22. Now, there have been a lot of eye-opening, head-turning auction sale prices on nice condition older combines recently, but none more so than this one. This 2004 John Deere 9660 STS, 5,170 engine hours on it, sold on an online farm auction August 29th, Edelstein, Illinois, by a great team at Sullivan Auctioneers, went for $86,000. Now again, if you go to machinerypete.com, look at the auction prices, you'll see that's actually the highest auction price ever on a 9660 with over 4,100 engine hours. And again, this one had almost 5,200 engine hours. And by the way, the previous high auction price ever on a 9660 with over 4,100 engine hours was $61,000. Well, folks, I'm a Minnesota boy, born and bred, lived here my whole life. But I tell you what, I have loved my visits to the state of Indiana over the years. Our youngest daughter graduated from Purdue 2015. Both our daughters' husbands grew up in Indiana, so our son-in-laws from there. And I tell you, from the northern part of Indiana down to the southern part, the people are fantastic. And I really hope you enjoyed our visit to Tell City, Indiana, to get an up-close look at this Allis Chalmers collector auction by our great friends at BigIron.com. And always fun to hang out next to a 4W305 1984 model. Now 1984, most people might think George Orwell, famous novel. Not me. I graduated high school in 1984, so shout out to all your other 84 grads out there. We'll see you back here next week on Machinery Pete TV. Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers, a big iron company. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. No other cornhead works like a Drago or pays you back like one. Visit your Drago dealer and see for yourself. Protect Systems, it's what professionals choose to clean, polish, and protect their equipment. Protect Systems products are easy to use and provide consistent professional results every time. Big Iron Auctions and the Share Your Legacy program, promoting the future of agriculture with amazing legacy stories from across America.